Well, if you ever wanted to have intuition on demand, eliminate inner conflicts, and make powerful decisions on your path to purpose, then this is the video you've been looking for. Welcome all spiritual geeks and seekers of purpose. I'm J.H. Sepley and this is Awake Read, the channel of conscious personal evolution. Today we're talking about aligning the different levels of your mind so you can eliminate inner conflicts and make more empowered decisions that are uniquely right for you and will bring you closer to your spiritual evolution and living a life of purpose, which in everyday terms means living a more fulfilled and exciting life. So here is something most people don't know. Our mind consists of layers. And in most people, those layers are out of balance, which leads to a lot of inner strife and which also blocks them their access to intuition. Because we all have this inner voice, we all have this inner wisdom of our soul that tries to talk to us. But unfortunately, in most cases, our conscious mind blocks that wisdom, so we don't have access to it. And the problem with the conscious mind is that it can only make decisions based on the information it is given. And in the usual life, we rarely have access to all the information that we need, meaning that we feed it incomplete data, and the results that we receive, the decisions, are rarely on point because unless you engage your astral mind, your intuition, your gut feeling, your conscious mind is easily diluted by blame. So it goes with whatever seems fancy, whether it's right or not. And this is why it needs the deep, quiet wisdom of your astral mind. Now, because the astral mind, on the scheme of the 4 levels of the mind, the astral mind lies underneath the conscious mind. The conscious mind is a bit like an older brother. And so quite often it works as a bully, and it tells that subconscious mind, that astral mind, to shut up and be quiet. And if it does so, we lose the ability to live the life the way we truly meant to. Because we have something called the exemplary state, and the exemplary state is the state of the true you, when all the levels of your mind are fully balanced and you're completely at peace with yourself. And many things in that state become effortless. They just become natural. And you have instant access to your intuition because your astral mind is right there, ready to answer any query that you may have. So if that sounds really good, you're going to love the meditation I'm going to share with you right now. So here is the exemplary state meditation. Prepare yourself in the usual way by finding a place where you're not going to be disturbed for a few moments and relax your body completely. If you don't remember how to do it, and many of us forget because we get into that habit of armoring, of keeping our muscles tense. So if you don't know or you're not sure how to relax your body, simply check out this other video I made that teaches you how to relax your body step by step. This is really important because it will help you meditate in the most powerful way. And now, when you're ready, bring your attention to your breathing and see if you can make it a little bit slower and a little bit deeper without straining yourself. Right now, you don't need to do anything. Simply observe the gentle flow of your breathing. Now think of a question you want to ask your astral mind. It can be anything you like, but for the first time, I suggest you choose something simple, to which the answer can be a simple yes or no. So it can be something like, should I accept this job? Should I move to that new place? Or even should I start seeing that person? Make that question clear in your mind. Okay, and now you're ready for your adventure. For your purpose, you need to find a memory that fulfills these 3 criteria. Number 1, you have to feel healthy and completely happy with yourself. Number 2, in that memory, you were completely happy with what was around you, with your surroundings. And number 3, you were looking forward towards what was going to happen next. A simple example I often give is, imagine you are back in time to the first day of your school holidays and the whole summer is before you. So you wake up, you're feeling amazing. The beautiful sunshine is shining from your window and you're feeling great. You love your room, you love the weather, and you're really excited because you know you're meeting your friends soon and you're going to have adventures and do amazing things that you love. Or another example a bit later on in life, say you finally booked that holiday of your dreams. You went on your dream vacation to a place you always wanted to go and you absolutely love it. The hotel is great, the weather is amazing, and you wake up in the morning, you walk to the window, you open the window, and there is that beautiful ocean glittering in sunshine, and you're feeling incredibly excited about what this day is going to bring. Once you've found this memory, your task is not to simply remember it, but to step fully into it. You have to relive it again as though you're back there in time. You must feel what you felt back then, see what you saw back then. So for example, if there was a beach, imagine the warmth of sunshine and the gentle touch of breeze on your skin, the smell and the sound of the ocean, the feeling of sand under your feet. And if you were in the forest, likewise, think of the forest smells and the songs of birds. Make it as real as you possibly can. And once you are there, in that memory, completely immersed, focus on what you feel. Because this is your exemplary state. This is the state of lightness and effortlessness when all the levels of your mind are aligned as they are supposed to be. This is the state we as living beings were supposed to dwell in, but many of us forget. So enjoy that feeling right now. Remember it well, so you can then recreate that feeling anytime you like during the day. And now you're ready to receive your answers. Remember, your astral mind doesn't speak in words. So instead of asking the question in words, play out a scenario that you wanted to explore. And for your current question, create at least 2 scenarios, one for a yes and one for a no. So let's say if that's a job, imagine a scenario where you accepted that job and another one where you turned it down. And imagine how your life would unfold from there. Now carefully go through the first scenario. Imagine living it through in as many details as you can. And notice how you feel. Now do the same thing with the scenario number 2, and again notice how you feel. And later on, if you have multiple scenarios and multiple versions, just go through them all. Now, having received the answers, you can now come out of your meditation, and we are going to decode them in just a moment. But first, bring your attention to your breathing again. With every breath, becoming more and more aware and awake. Slowly coming back to this time and this place. Feeling the weight of your body on the surface that's supporting it. Returning fully. And when you're ready to return, wiggle your toes and your fingers and finish with a stretch to realign yourself fully. Doing this will prevent you from being spaced out after a meditation. So now let's find out, what did your astral mind tell you? As you were going through those different scenarios and playing them out, you have likely noticed that some feeling came up. And in some case, it could have been the feeling of heaviness, like almost suffocating feeling of depression, as though some sort of a noose was tightening around your neck. And it was feeling awful, like you were feeling so heavy and sad and depressed. And if that happened, that is a resolute no from your subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind, as you probably know, has access to information before it happens. So it may be either warning you against some path that is not right for you, not right for your spiritual evolution, or it can sense that doing this thing or making that decision is going to lead to some darkness and pain. And again, it's trying to protect you against that, because the astral mind exists in a level of reality that is beyond the physical, which means that it has access to a different kind of time as well. I don't want to go into too much detail in this video, but time flows differently on different levels of reality. And so the subconscious mind, the astral mind, has access to things that here on the physical plane are perceived as the future. So this is why it's in a way clairvoyant, because the present on the astral level is more diluted. So it encompasses what we perceive here as the past or the future. It's still one bigger diluted now. And this is how the mind that exists on that level has access to that information. And this is why it's so important to talk to it, because it can give you amazing insights that your conscious mind could never do. Now, this is the no. So you know what the no feels like. What about the yes? The yes is when you suddenly feel a very peculiar sense of lightness and relief. So it's a sort of a joy, but it's not the kind of a joy that you say feel when something good happens and you're just happy. It's a very relieved kind of joy. It's the kind of joy where heavy burden drops off your shoulders and now you're free. And this is because the astral mind rarely has its way. The conscious mind that is above it, that acts as an older brother, and as I said, sometimes as a bully, basically runs the show, and the subconscious mind, the astral mind, is forced to keep quiet. So whenever you go the way that it wants to go, whenever you say yes to your soul, it just feels really, really joyful. And it feels relieved that finally you pay attention to what it's trying to tell you. So you will get that feeling of relief and lightness. And by the way, you may still feel a bit stressed or apprehensive about what you're going to do, especially if that's something new, something you've never done before. And that's normal. It's normal to feel a little bit apprehensive or excited about something completely new. But at the same time, you will feel that relief. And this is the feeling you're looking for. That means that your astral mind, your soul, is saying yes to this version of reality. And you may ask, all right, well, I've done everything and I didn't get any feeling at all. So let's go into a bit of troubleshooting here. If that's the case, most likely it's one of the two reasons why that happens. So the most common reason is that you actually let your conscious mind interfere and chat and label and judge. And so your subconscious mind, your astral mind, actually shrank and went quiet. Now, if that's the case, and as I said, that's most often the case, all you need to do, you need to keep your conscious mind really busy with creating that reality in as much detail as possible. In other words, you want to engage it fully, you want to get all its processing power into rendering that reality for you. So it doesn't have any more energy to actually interfere with what you're doing and to chat and to judge. And that comes with practice. So simply try a few times and you will get there. But the other reason why that might be the case is that the versions that you offer to your astral mind weren't actually right for you, any of them. So in that case, you have to go back to your drawing board and come up with some more ideas and just offer your subconscious mind other possibilities. And as soon as you hit the right one, it's going to let you know straight away, because it knows, it can just feel, and it will resonate with it strongly. So you don't need to wonder whether you're doing it right. You will know that it's right. And the only trick, as I said, not to let your conscious mind interfere and question and doubt what you're doing. Now, finally, one last thing that is important to mention here. There is something called the dark intuition. Because in many people, the astral level of the mind is not actually guided and cleansed by the conscious mind as it's supposed to. And it's basically left to its own devices, which means that sometimes it can become like a junkyard. It can start accumulating traumas and dark experiences and negative patterns. And that old junk kind of becomes magnetic. So your subconscious mind, your astral mind, instead of leading you to all the best decisions and acting as your compass on your path to purpose and your path to your fulfilled life, instead, it gets attracted to repeating the same negative patterns and replaying them over and over again. So if you're one of those people who say, oh, every time I listen to my inner voice, bad things happen to me, this is why. It means that you've probably accumulated some damaged patterns in your astral mind, and they need cleansing and they need taken out. Because your astral mind, as I said, it doesn't think and it doesn't operate with words. So it's very trusting. It's a bit like an animal or a child. It's very trusting. It follows what your conscious mind is saying. And so your task is to engage your conscious mind to cleanse your subconscious mind and get rid of all those negative patterns that trigger the dark intuition. If you would like to learn more, which I hope you do, I've just released a new course about the 4 levels of the mind. It's something I've made for you so you can move faster on your journey to spiritual evolution and actually become the person that you're meant to be. Because you need to understand how your mind works if you want to become something more. You need to align those different levels of the mind. And it's impossible to fix something that you don't understand. So I've created a new masterclass. It's short and sweet, but it's really powerful. It's packed with information you're not going to find anywhere else. I'm going to post the link below. Check it out. It's really, really important for you to understand how your mind works. If you want to control your mind, if you want to shape it into an amazing weapon of changing reality and molding your reality to your best expectations and your desires. And by the way, here is a quick giveaway. So in that masterclass, I'm explaining why for some people manifestation never works. It's exactly because of that. So you will learn how not to make the mistake that those many people are making. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Any questions, as always, drop them in the comments below. I'm here to answer them. This was Jay from Aria. Check out my other videos for more clarity on your spiritual path, and see you soon. Thank you for watching.